Hi, yeah, we're back. Welcome back. Thank you for being here with me. And yeah, so let's do some more Korean words. Okay, Korean language. Well, it's very interesting language, Korean language. Okay, it's well, Korean alphabet is very easy to learn, right? But Korean language, okay, Korean alphabet very easy to learn because Korean. Okay, let me tell you about Korean language, the history thereof, right? It was brand new, all right? They just made up this Korean alphabet from scratch. It was Sejong okay, back in 1400s, I think, right? About 500 years ago, 600 years ago, all right? And he bears my last name, Lee, okay? So it's kind of indirect ancestor of mine, okay? So my direct ancestor was his brother, older brother. Okay, he was the first brother of Mr. Lee Sungye Lee. Okay, he started this. He was Korean Army general back in 1400s AD, 600 years ago, something like that. Okay, so he was South Korea. Now, if back then there was no North Korea, South Korea. Okay, it was one country that's called Korea dynasty. Okay, and he was a general in Korea. It's like eponymous name. That's how Korea got its name. Korea. Okay, in Korean pronunciation, it's Hanguk. All right. I don't know how to spell it in Chinese character. Okay, so yeah, what a shame, right? Let me look it up. All right. Yeah, group means country. Okay, so I know how to spell it. I think. Okay. Yeah, that's Chinese character for country, nation, right? Han, it goes like this, something like this, okay? Something like some. And I gotta look it up, okay? It's not easy to spell all these Chinese characters. They're beautiful, right? But it's not easy to spell. They're hieroglyphic language. Yeah, imitating some figure appearance of some things. Hieroglyph like Egyptian alphabet, Chinese alphabet, Inca, Aztec, you know? Yeah. So there's Aztec, Inca, and there was one more in Latin America. What was that? Civilization. Latin American. Who came from Asia, by the way. Alright. Aztec, Inca, let me look that up. Alright. There's Aztec, Inca, Maya. Yeah. I don't think, as far as I recall, Inca is more like Peru, right? I don't think they have written language, but Maya and Aztec, I think they had their own written characters, hieroglyphic, right? Some ingenious American archaeologists, okay, they cracked the code. They came up with some kind of translation of this Mayan, Aztec hieroglyphic languages, okay. Kudos to them, okay, so smart. I have no idea how they did it. Yeah, Hammurabi code, right? Is it like a Sumerian or some Babylonian, whatever? Okay, some Middle Eastern, right? They cracked the code. Yeah, I think that's English people, right? Somehow they did. Okay, archaeologists, okay, philologists, right? Somehow they found a way to translate that ancient language to modern languages. Okay, I have no idea how they do it. Okay, very smart people. Okay. Okay. Hanguk in Chinese. Image. There it is. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I got half. I got it half right. Okay. So, and the other part, oh boy, old Chinese. Okay, traditional Chinese. That's like yeah, it's quite involved, convoluted, complex. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Yeah. In Korean language, this Korean H, Korean A, Korean A. Okay, and Korean N, Han. Okay, and Korean G, Korean U, and Korean G, Hanguk. Alright, so yeah, that's Korea. Okay, so but Korea dynasty, that's where this name, English name came from. Korea, Korea. Okay, yeah, it was big dynasty. Okay, back then, 1300s AD. They were even in the territory of China. Today's China. Okay, so yeah, it's a big dynasty. Okay, even some part of Siberia. All right, yeah, just 고구려. They had 고구려, 백제, 백제, Shilla. Okay, and Goryeo dynasty was somebody reunited that kind of shrunk a little bit. Okay, Shilla guy. Okay, this 경상도 people. Okay. Southeast people. All right. I think that's how it happened. Okay, yeah, Korean history. All right, very exotic, right? Maybe not too much because it's all the same, right? History. Yeah, it's all the same. But this Mr. Song K Lee, he was general in Goryeo dynasty, and he revolted and did some coup d'état, killed a lot of people. Okay, and he established this Joseon dynasty that lasted 500 years, from 1400s to 1900s. Okay, that's the last Korean dynasty, Joseon. Yeah, it encompassed both North and South Korea. Okay, it was one country back then, Korean Peninsula. Okay, and he is my ancestor. Okay, and he had several sons, and the eldest son, who were about to inherit this kingdom of Joseon, he's my direct ancestor. 19th generation. 19th generation upward, upstream. He's my direct ancestor. Yeah, family tree, we will have it, okay? In a sense, I'm a prince. Well, one of many princesses. Okay, so. But he refused to take this throne. His eldest son is a primogenitor, kind of Western tradition, Eastern tradition. Back in the days, it's all the same. Yeah, eldest son inherit the kingdom. Okay. Yeah, but the youngest son, youngest brother of his, was the smartest, right? So he convinced his brothers, "Hey guys, hey man, let's give the next kingship throne to our youngest brother." So he's a very smart guy and very nice guy, right? And he succeeded, but there's one obstacle. He had to convince his father, Mr. Songke Lee, Lee Songke, okay, Lee Songke, because he wanted to give this kingdom to my ancestor, 19th ancestor. This guy, what's his name? I think his name is Liban One. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. Okay, so Mr. Liban One, Korea Prince. Let's see if they have it. Choson Dynasty. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they call it Isi Joseon. E, it means Lee. I mean, that's Korean pronunciation. Okay, E, that's Korean pronunciation. Yeah, some people call it Lee. Okay, but it's E in Korean language. Okay, so Korea have very long history. Okay, so this youngest son of Mr. Lee Sung-ye, his name is Sejong, right? Sejong the Great. But at least that's how I remember it. He's kind of King Solomon of Israel, alright? Very wise, smart guy. And he had a lot of many Korean, I mean, not South Korea, but back then, Korean wives, Asian wives, concubines, okay? So that's the guy who created this Hangul, Korean letter, Korean alphabet, okay? Uh, and he and his people, his employees, because he employ hired many scholars, academics, okay, to come up with this Korean alphabet system, okay. The Kanadara Babasa, okay, yeah, it start with G, and then Kanadara, okay, it's like G N D R Mabasa M B S. Ajasakatapa, it goes like that, okay, so whatever. 양녕대군. Okay, yeah, it's not 이방원. Okay, I'm sorry, mistake. 양녕대군. Okay, that's the eldest son of Taejong. So it's not 이성계. Okay, I guess not. Yeah, it's been a long time since I studied Korean history. Okay, so Okay, so Yangnyeong-daegun, that's my 19th ancestor, the prince, eldest son, okay? Son of Taejong. Taejong? Who is Taejong? So he was heir apparent, okay? I'm looking at Wikipedia. So the story says, okay, the story goes, yeah, Grand Prince Yangnyeong Daegun, okay, who's my 19th ancestor, okay, so yeah, he's the heir apparent of this Joseon kingdom that lasted 500 years, the last dynasty of Korea, alright, United Korea, okay, so he was about to inherit this kingdom, alright, but he saw his youngest brother, Mr. Sejong Daewang, the great king of Sejong, I mean Joseon dynasty. His name is Sejong. Okay, yeah, there's some university name after that. Okay, so yeah, yeah, and he convinced his brothers. Okay, and they said yes. Okay, yeah, hey, we are just mediocre. Okay, but look at our youngest brother, Mr. Sejong. Okay, brother Sejong, he's the smartest. We care about Korean people, so it's best to the interest of Korean people that our youngest brother get the kingdom as the king, as opposed to us, the mediocre people. Okay, so he convinced his brothers, but not his next task. He had to convince his father, who wanted to. He's old school. Okay, his father very old school. So yeah, primogenitor in Asia, Korea. Okay, that was a big challenge. Okay, so but this Mr. Yang Young Daegun, my 19th ancestor, okay, he's a very smart guy. Okay, so he came up with this strategy and it worked. Somehow he managed to convince his own father, who wanted to give his kingdom to him because he's a firstborn son. But somehow he convinced his father. Okay, big challenge, and he did it though. Give me 5 minutes break, okay, and I'll tell you how he did it. He's a very smart guy, okay. He's my 19th ancestor in Korea, okay. Joseon dynasty, the last dynasty of Korea, back 600 years ago. Okay, so I tell you the rest of this Korean history, okay. So 5 minutes, give me 5 minutes, okay. So yeah. Alright. Yeah, we don't need whiteboard anymore, okay, so alright. Yeah, some history there, okay. Alright. Okay. So I'm sorry, it's been a while. So I kind of mixed up names. Okay, so uh, the father of my 19th ancestor, in Wikipedia, described as Grand Prince uh, Yang Yong. Okay, his father was something like Taejong, something like that. Okay, maybe third, maybe grandson of Lee Seong-ge. Okay, yeah. Taejong, he's very famous king. Okay, in Joseon Dynasty. Okay, King Sejong the Great. Yeah, but that's his son, youngest son. Okay, yeah. His father Cheongjong. Who's his father? It's dynasty. It's father son, father son. Okay. Lee Seong-ge. Okay, so yeah. So there's Lee Seong-ge, then somebody else, then Taejong. Okay, so Taejong was grandson of Lee Seong-ge, the originator of this Joseon dynasty that lasted 500 years, 5 centuries. The last Korean kingdom, okay, United Kingdom of Korea. Lee Seong-ge, okay, he's coup d'etat guy, okay, that's this Korean general of this Korea dynasty. Alright, so Lee Seong-ge, yeah, the originator of the Joseon dynasty, 500 years, the last dynasty of Korea, okay. And he had grandson named Taejo, right? He had many sons. Eldest son was my 19th ancestor, okay, Mr. Grand Prince Yangnyeong Daegun, okay. The youngest son, Mr. Sejong, right? Now I get it, okay. So I'm sorry it took me a while because it's been a while since I studied Korean history, more than 2 decades ago, okay, 25 years. Well, now I get it, okay. So yeah, Wikipedia, they're fantastic, right? Yeah. But they don't know quite inside the story, okay? I don't know who wrote this Wikipedia article about my 19th ancestor, Yangnyeong Daegun, Grand Prince of Yangnyeong, okay? But I know some more, okay? They did a fantastic job, okay? So, the the strategy that he adopted to convince his father, Mr. Taejong, Lee Taejong, okay? Taejong Lee, okay? He pretended he's crazy. He convinced his brothers, okay? Oh yeah, you're right, okay? Our youngest brother, he's the smartest. So Korean people would be better served if our youngest brother, little brother, baby brother would become the king. So he convinced his brothers, but to convince his father, Mr. Taejong Lee, there was something else. So he had to come up with different strategy, right? And his strategy, yeah, he pretended that he's crazy because his father Lee Taejong is old school, old style, conservative, primogenitorship. Yeah, he wanted to give this kingdom to his eldest son, who is my 19th ancestor, Yangnyeong Daegun. Okay, Grand Prince Yangnyeong. Okay. What was his strategy that succeeded? He pretended to be a crazy guy. He would drink alcohol. He would sing and dance, right? Which I do too. Okay, yeah, Well, I don't pretend to be crazy. I do acting here. But do I drink? Yes. Do I sing and dance? Yes. Do I sing and dance like a crazy madman? Yes, I do. It's my campaign activity. Haha. But he also slept with many, many women. Do I do that? No, I don't. I just do the things that adult single males do, right? I go to internet, okay, and then I let it out. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, so, but I don't fool around with ladies. I don't do that. Okay, because people are watching me. I'm local celebrity. Okay, I will come home alone. Okay, always. But my 90s ancestor, yeah, he slept with many ladies, Korean, Asian ladies. Okay, so that's how he convinced his father. I bet his father knew he was just acting, so that he would give his kingdom to youngest son, which is very atypical, abnormal, against the tradition, primogenitor in Asia. Okay, I bet my 90th ancestor, Mr. Yang Young Daegun, his father, Mr. Lee Taejong, okay, he knew his son, his eldest son, that he want to give his kingdom to, bequeath his kingdom to. I bet he knew that he's not crazy, he's just acting, okay. But he understood his effort, his son's eldest son's effort. He's singing and dancing, drinking alcohol, like I do, right? Father, son. Likewise, okay. Same father, same son, okay. Like son, like father, like son, okay. So goes this English American proverb. Like father, like son, okay. Like ancestor, like descendant, whatever. 19th, this 600 years, 6th century gap, right? But yeah, I do sing and dance like a madman to run my campaign. I drink alcohol, but I drink alcohol at home though. Okay. When I do singing and dancing, I don't have to be drunk. I can sing and dance in front of people, stone cold sober. Why? I'm a performer, actor, dancer, singer. Okay. I don't need to get drunk when I perform. Okay. And I don't. Typically, okay. What this guy did, okay? Yeah, he's prince, right? So he was just sing and dance like madman, like I do still in my campaign trail, right? It's a comedy, okay? And but he slept with many Korean Asian women. I don't. I don't sleep with any women, okay? I just come home alone, mostly, okay? Maybe once a decade, once a century. Not century because I'm not that old. Maybe once a decade. Yeah, I get to sleep with a lady, but that's very rare, okay? So I just come on, okay? But this guy, Prince, Mr. Grand Prince Yang Young, yeah, he would sleep with many women, okay? Drink, sing and dance like a madman, okay? So his father saw that effort. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, we'll just give this kingdom to youngest son of mine, youngest baby brother of yours. Okay, we just give it to him. Okay, he succeeded in this persuasion. Okay, yeah, and that's youngest brother of them, youngest son of this Mr. Lee Taejong. He's the Sejong Daewon. Okay, he was very. It's like Solomon, King Solomon of Korea. Okay, very smart guy. Yeah, he was just like King Solomon. He had many concubines, many wives. But still, he accomplished great things. Like, he would hire all these academics, scholars, to invent Korean alphabet, which is a lot easier to pronounce than Chinese characters. So the Hangul, Hanmun, Hanmun is the Chinese language. Han, Hangul, Korean language, Korean alphabet. Okay, phonetic system. and a lot of scientific invention came out of in his duration of being a king, right? Economy, science, technology, language. That's 세종대왕. Okay, that's the. It's kind of like my uncle, right? Because 양녕대건, eldest son, is like my father, right? So yeah, so Korean culture flourished in that era. Mr. 세종대왕, okay, kind of my uncle, avuncular figure. He is in this $100 bill in Korean currency, paper, okay, like just like Benjamin Franklin in American currency, okay. The highest paper bill, that's 세종대왕, okay. Kind of uncle figure of mine. So that's Korean history, okay. So my father figure, Yangnyeong Daegun, Grand Prince of Yangnyeong, okay, he's very smart man, but he thought his youngest brother, is smarter than he, so he convinced his brothers, his father, to give this Joseon kingdom, the last kingdom that last 5 centuries of Korea. Just like saintly, very saintly. Okay, so that's the inside of history of Korea. Okay, so that's how I learned it back then when I was in middle school and high school in Seoul South Korea. Okay. Yeah, Wikipedia. Yeah, I didn't know. Okay, but I do because I grew up there in Korea. Okay, so and I tell you this. Okay, knowledge sharing. Okay, so if I ever become president of the United States, I will do only one term. Okay, if I see somebody who is younger, maybe they could be older, but if I see somebody who's smarter than me, yeah, I will follow my ancestors' footstep. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, I appoint you. I recommend people to you. I recommend you to the people. Okay, yeah, elect him. Okay, I wanna do only one term. Okay, so go ahead. All right. I'm not gonna seek the pursue second term. Okay, yeah, I'll not appointment, but I recommend you to the people. Okay, introduce you to the people. Okay, if you are smarter than me, yeah, you will be the next president. Hypothetically, okay, if I ever become president, okay, because I only do one. I only wanna do one term. Okay, just like Vice President Joe Biden said, right? Yeah, if you're a public servant, your concern is about the people. Okay, if you are true statesmen and women, if you are a good politician, your concern is about the people. And that President Trump is not like that, right? It's all about him, Trump, okay, his family, his name, okay. So his best interest is not about America or American people. It's about all about him, his family, his legacy, right? I'm not like that, okay? I'm not. I have morals, morality, ethics, conscience, alright? But President Trump, he's not like that, okay? So, Vice President Joe Biden, I don't think he's like that either, okay? I'm running for president, okay? If I become president next year, 2021, I'll do only one term, okay? Because I don't want to do 8 years in Washington, D.C., no. It's too long, okay? After 4 years in Washington, D.C., I want to come right back to Alaska because I love Alaska. Okay, I love Washington D.C. too. I've been there once. Okay, I beautiful, a lot of trees. Okay, yeah, clubs, bars, restaurants is great. But if I get elected as president of the United States, hypothetically, okay, I only do one term. Okay, I come right back to Alaska. Why? I belong here. Okay, I love Alaska. I recommend to the people some bright young guy or girl, maybe older. I don't know. Okay, but I will only do one town. Okay, because 4 years in one town, that's enough. Okay. After that, come right back to Alaska. Okay. Yeah, I love Alaska. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good night. Happy July 4th. Happy Independence Day. Thank you.